Hello, everybody. Izzy here, getting ready to jump into episode number 21, the big old number 21 of another effing podcast. Luis, or is it Luis, like Jose Luis Rivera? Oh, you old school wrestling geeks will get that reference. From Heavy Mellow will be joining me for this glorious little episode, and it shall be a blast, as it is every week. But before we get in, must take care of some business. Rockstar Leatherworks. That's right, rockstarleatherworks.com, your home, your one-stop shop. That cheesy, overused advertising line. Your one-stop shop. Your one-stop shop. This place is badass. rockstarleatherworks.com. You can get yourself a leather band or a leather watch. They are so damn cool. I cannot wait to get my next one, Lee. I'm still waiting for my next one. Not that the one I have right now isn't badass, because it very much is. And I will be getting another one soon. rockstarleatherworks.com. Leather bands and watches. Custom made, handmade stuff. You're going to go on there to rockstarleatherworks.com. You're going to order one. You're going to find one that you love. You're going to order it. It's going to show up very quickly. And then you're going to be, oh my God, this is so badass. I got to get another one. So you will. And the process will repeat itself, because his stuff over there at rockstarleatherworks.com is so damn cool. rockstarleatherworks.com. Hey, if you want to support the show, hit me up on the Facebook. That is facebook.com/anothereffingpodcast. The website is izzypresleyproductions.com. You can email me, izzy@izzypresleyproductions.com. You can hit me up on Twitter, Izzy_Presley. And if you do really want to support the show, you can. Financially. You don't have to, even if it's just $1. If every single person that listened to the Bobby Brown episode, that is well over $1,100, creeping up on 1,200 listens, I should say. That, oh yeah, I suppose between YouTube and the Spreaker page, which, oh yeah, Spreaker.com/Izzy Presley. You can now download the episodes. You can stream them on your phone. It's badass. But if you want to support the show, it's easy. Izzy.presley@gmail.com is the PayPal. That's izzy.presley@gmail.com is the PayPal. Send what you can. If you can't, that's fine. Just listen and enjoy it. And now, without further ado, please let us jump into another effing podcast.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
What's up, everybody? Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seeing Izzy Presley here for another fucking podcast. Episode number 21, and I was right. It was Luis. Like the jobber wrestler, Jose Luis Rivera. I don't know if you remember that guy or not. No. It was 80s WWF.
Okay, I wasn't a big WWF guy, so no.
All right, well, that's fine. And Villegas.
Villegas. The double L. That's a Y sound in Mexican.
I told you. I told you I'm white. I can't pronounce stuff so good.
Villegas. Villegas.
Luis Villegas from Heavy Mellow is right here in the Hurt Locker. Welcome.
Thank you. I love the Hurt Locker.
Thank you.
I know who's been here already,
yes,
and I'm very happy to be a part of that coveted spot here.
There might still be some DNA on the microphone.
Whoa. Okay. Whose DNA?
Saliva. Aces, actually. Aces.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Not too bad.
you're getting kind of a mix up of Bobby and Ace there.
Great. I'm feeling good already.
Well, as well you should, because we got a lot more beer to drink. Thank you for the beers, by the way.
Sure, no problem. I thought it was only right to represent Mexican beer here, and
Yes.
I brought you Dos Equis.
Cheers.
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 And contrary to popular belief, I'm not the Dos Equis guy, although
No.
we've never been seen together at a party.
Well, your hair is a little bit longer,
Just a hair.
and a
Just
little
hair.
bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a little bit younger, and I think you got a couple pounds on him too.
I do.
Yeah.
More
As
than a
well
couple.
do I. we kind of hooked up on the Monsters cruise, and then on the Moody Blues cruise, and
then on
the cruise to the
Right.
edge.
Right. Yeah. We did all three together.
We did.
Awesome. And I haven't seen you since then.
No.
I haven't seen you since then.
We've tried to.
Yes. There were a couple occasions where we almost hooked up, but
Right.
we lived so close to each other.
Exactly.
It's like, according to my GPS, it was like 1.8 miles.
Yeah.
So just go down York,
Yep.
a couple miles, and boom, I'm there. So we have to do something.
Did we figure that out on the boat, or did we figure that out at the airport? Because it is just a blur.
I think we figured out that we lived close to each other on the boat.
Right.
It was on the boat. It was during that the last cruise.
Oh, yes. When there was more time to...
Yeah. During the karaoke. It wasn't karaoke. It was jam night.
Oh, yeah.
Prague night.
Yeah, the Prague jam. Yeah.
There you go. The Prague jam.
Yeah, because they kicked us out of there. Because that's where our karaoke was.
That's right.
And then they moved us up to like this disco lounge where nobody knew who the fuck we were.
Good times were had.
Oh,
though.
absolutely. Absolutely.
We took the party with us.
We didn't participate in Cape Night.
That's right. Cape Night. Wow.
Hey, they owned it, though.
They did.
They owned it. Now, just for you people that don't know what we're talking about, Cruise to the Edge is the Yes Cruise. It's the Prague cruise. And apparently, Yes had something that had to do with capes. So the fans that were on the boat organized Cape Night. And
Yeah, it had to be because we at one night we just saw all these people wearing like some guy walking down with a cape. Oh, that's interesting, very cool.
Right.
Then another guy
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
cape, like okay, maybe they know each other. And then like a group of like three guys. And the operative word there is guys. It was mostly a sausage fest there at the
Yes, it was.
the Prague Rock.
yes, it was. It was. I mean, no, this isn't a shot at anybody on the boat because that's just what it was. It was pretty much like a Dungeons and Dragons convention, just from the just for the male to female ratio.
Right.
You
right.
know, I mean, the girls that were on that cruise were either wives with the bands or working.
That's right. They were out with the boat.
They were with the boat. It just kind of went. The female population kind of went on a rapid slope downwards from the Monsters
From the
cruise
Monsters.
to the Moody Blues cruise. Well, there was still a lot of females on there,
Still,
but the age was a little bit higher.
Yeah. By about 20 years or so.
Yeah. But they partied. They had fun.
Yeah.
That's really all that matters. You know.
And then the cruise to the edge.
And then the cruise to the edge. It's funny the way you described Cape Night. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Minneapolis, my buddy Sammy and I, he was a singer for this band called Xenolith. We were going to see Sammy Hagar at the Northrop Auditorium. And so we went to the show. Then at Minneapolis, there used to be the strip joint called the Skyway Lounge.
Okay.
They had hams on tap for like $2. Apparently they used to have a one-armed stripper, so it's a very high quality, high class joint, right?
We have a few of those here in
Absolutely,
Hollywood.
absolutely. But you know, it's like it's right downtown Minneapolis. So it's like every time we go down there, we have to stop at the Skyway. So after the show, we left the campus, the U of M campus where Northrop Auditorium is very close to downtown. So it's like, all right, shit, we have to go to the Skyway. I mean, come on, it's a fucking Skyway. I used to have a T-shirt. I wish I still had it. We get down there, we park a couple blocks away in a parking ramp, and walking out, I was like, hear all this fucking music going on. It's like, shit, what's going on? Let's go check that out. So we start walking. And there's a lot of people down there. I'm like, oh, this is odd. I had no idea this was happening. A couple guys walk by holding hands. It's like,
I can see where this is going.
okay, well, whatever,
Okay,
man.
okay.
Whatever floats your boat,
Right.
that's cool. A couple more guys walk by holding hands. It's like,
Maybe
a couple
they-
girls
maybe
walk
they
by
do.
holding hands. It's like, all right. Slow clap. Thank you. Then a whole group of guys come walk by. Assless chaps. And then it dawned on me. It was the Pride Rally. And, you know, we're just kind of huffing. And Sammy's like, let's go check this out. I'm like, no, let's go to the titty bar. You know, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the Pride Rally or, you know, whatever. But I was like, no, let's just go to the titty bar. It's like, no, man, I want to check that. I'm like, Sammy, it's the Pride Rally. Hey, let's go to the titty bar. So we turn around, we go to the titty bar, and it was butch lesbians in there.
Oh, of course.
Mullets, flannel. Hi, my name is Alice. You know, those kind of lesbians. So yeah, that was that's my comparison story.
Comparison to the Cape Night.
To the Cape Night, yes.
Yeah, you didn't know what was going on at first,
Exactly.
and then it dawned on you.
It was interesting. It was interesting, but they had fun. They owned it. So what brings you to us? What's your story? You grew up here? Were you born here? Did you know, swim here? Or?
Born and raised in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a native Angelino.
Okay.
Not too many of us. A lot of the people that live here have come from other places.
Right. Like me.
You know, mostly Hollywood is here, and everybody wants to come and try their art here. But yeah, I was born and raised here. Born in East Los Angeles, and
Wait for it.
Yes.
'Cause I was born in East LA, man. I was born in
Wow.
East LA. I don't belong here in downtown TJ, 'cause I was born in East LA. Anyways,
Orale.
I went
That's
down
perfect.
to the corner store.
You've done
just
this
to
before.
buy a loaf of bread and a box of s'mores. Anyways,
You've done this before. Yes, you sang that before.
I love that song. I can't help it.
Well, yes, that's same thing. Born in East LA, but grew up, you know, around American music and started playing electric guitar, started playing rock and roll guitar. I loved, you know,
Reggie Valens.
80. Yeah. A lot of the 80s metal stuff, you know,
Okay.
the stuff that was on the Monsters of Rock.
Right.
That's kind of what I grew up listening. That's what was popular, at least at the time. But I love all the 70s stuff as well, Zeppelin and you know, Aerosmith and
Right.
stuff like that.
Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick, yeah.
Thin
Oh,
Lizzy.
we can go on and on.
Yes, we can. Manilow. You know.
And then after a while, I was playing in rock bands here and all Sunset Strip and stuff. A band called Magnum Opus that I played with in high school, and another one called Slumlord. We did a lot of stuff with Slumlord, but then I left and started just dicking around with other styles. I started playing maybe a little jazz and just Latin guitar, and I fell in love with flamenco guitar, and so I decided I want to study flamenco guitar. I want to learn how to do what those guys do. It's an amazing sound, you know, stuff that you don't
Absolutely.
really hear. It just sounded like it was impossible to do. So
Right.
I said, that's what I want to do.
Right. How long did it take you to learn that style? Because you were a shredder before that, or were you just like a blues-based guy?
I would say I was more of a blues-based guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely was more into the Zeppelin sound, the Angus Young sound.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I dug, you know, what Eddie Van Halen did, and of course I loved, you know, people like Steve Vai and that kind of stuff. Yngwie Malmsteen, dug it. Learned how to do it. Yeah, learned how to. Well, I tried to learn how to do it, but what spoke to me, at least on electric, was much more like the blues based playing. But what was the original question? I need another beer, I think.
Oh, let me correct that for you. I think it was how long did it take?
How long did it take me? Well, to be completely honest, I'd never actually. I mean, I can't really say that I learned that style.
Okay.
What was happening at the time was
It was just in the blood and it came out of you?
I was writing music. After I left Slumlord, I started writing music in that style, in that like this kind of like flamenco-ish style. It was more of a mix of flamenco and jazz and even pop, and I don't know what it was. It just a mixture of things. So it wasn't straight flamenco. The straight traditional flamenco is a completely different thing. So what I learned to do was certain techniques, certain right hand techniques and thumb techniques and left hand techniques that gave it that air and that feel and that sound, and then write music that fits that whole atmosphere as well. So, and then I recorded my first album, and I started doing gigs and stuff, and concerts and festivals, and so I never really took the time to learn that style. That style, in my opinion, is the most difficult style to learn, and it's I was probably around 22 years old, 21, 22 years old when I started doing that, and it would have taken me probably till around now or more to actually perfect it, because the people that have actually and it's really difficult to find somebody that is not born in Spain that can play flamenco the way it was meant to be, unless you grew up with it.
Okay.
If you started playing, if you're born here and for some reason started playing flamenco at a young age, then maybe at an older age you could say that you play flamenco. And there are a few players here in LA or just in California, very few that I could say, oh yeah, those are traditional flamenco guitar players. One person who actually did it is the guy who actually formed the band Heavy Mellow, Benjamin Woods. You remember Ben Woods from the Cruise? He also started on electric guitar, playing thrash metal, really heavy stuff. And I wish he was here to tell you the story. It's a really funny story. I hope I do it justice. He said he had a roommate at the time, and one time he comes home to an empty house. This guy left, took all his stuff, took all of his guitars.
Oh no!
He left him guitarless. So the only thing that he had was a nylon string acoustic guitar, and he started playing his metal stuff on that acoustic guitar. And then he kind of noticed something. He said, this kind of sounds like that flamenco shit. So he set out to learn flamenco as it is traditionally taught, traditionally played. And he literally spent like 10 years of his life learning that. And so, as he stands now, I think he's one of the best flamenco players, at least in Los Angeles, if not California. And so what I'm doing with him is kind of taking what we grew up with,
right?
The metal and the hard rock, and putting our twist, our flamenco on top of that.
No, it's correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of you guys is like doing like the music part, and one of you guys is doing the vocal line.
Yeah, melodies.
Yeah, the melodies. Yeah.
Yeah. What usually happens is we'll have an idea for what song to do, what song will sound right in that style, and typically Ben will write an arrangement, a flamenco guitar arrangement, and they're always freaking brilliant the way he does it. And typically it's just the chords, the harmony, the rhythm, and then I go in and I figure out the melody line, which is what
the vocal
the singer
line.
would
Yeah.
It's not like that every time. Sometimes he'll do the melodies, but for the most part, that's kind of how it's been working.
No, it's all finger picking, right?
Yeah, no pick, just fingers.
Jesus Christ.
Fingernails. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get? Were you able to figure pick before you?
Before I started doing this?
Yeah, because this fascinates me because I struggled through Ace Frehley solos,
which are blues based, right? They're
absolutely.
How long did it take me? I think. When I said, okay, I got to learn these actual techniques, couple years maybe before I could say, okay, I've got it pretty much under my belt. And it's very difficult because when I was telling myself exactly how to do it, I was very strict with myself. I didn't want anything to sound half-assed. I didn't want anything to sound sloppy. I didn't want anything to sound like I didn't know what I was doing. So even like, because I hear a lot of, you know, up and coming guitar players that want to do this say, "Oh yeah, I can do that," and they'll you know do. You don't have a guitar here. I could demonstrate on an acoustic guitar.
No, it's a V.
Oh.
Of course, it's a V.
Yeah. Well, I can't do it.
Should be a Les Paul.
Benjamin Woods probably could do it. There's a technique called a rasguiado, which is typically heard kind of in the middle of the song, but usually at the end of a song, which is what we do instead of going, you know, or the end of the song, we'll go do this rasguiado.
Yeah.
And it's a triplet. It's da 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 da, but at a super high speed. So when I was learning to do it, I really wanted to make sure that you could hear the triplet. And I hear a lot of, like I was telling you, up and coming guitar players that go, yeah, I can do that. And it just sounds like mush.
Right.
So to make sure that I got it right, I think it took me about a good 2 years for me to be able to say, yeah, I think I've got it.
So it's like you train this hand to do everything, and all of a sudden you got to train this hand to do the same thing.
Yeah,
when you're just used to just used to doing that.
Yeah. With this style, the right hand is very important. I mean, there's each finger, you know, is independent.
Right.
Totally independent. There's strums that go, you know, they can't see this, but
they can hear it.
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
Or, you know, anyway, stuff like that. So every finger is independent, and there's specific order that they go. So yeah, it's definitely different than playing with a guitar pick.
Is it very classical based, do you think?
In terms of the two styles, no, they're very different. They're both played on similar guitars.
Right.
They're both played on nylon string acoustic guitars. But there's even a flamenco guitar and a classical guitar. They're both nylon string, like I said, but the flamenco guitar is much lighter. It's usually made out of cypress wood. It's thinner, and because of the wood, it sounds a lot sharper.
You said wood.
because of what it's made out of. It's got a much sharper attack, and it's made to cut through singing and foot stomping and dancing, whereas a classical guitar is much not much, but it's a thicker guitar. It's a bigger body, definitely a thicker neck, and it has lots of lows. It's a very warm sounding guitar, and you play it differently. I mean, you do play it with your hands, but obviously the music is different. But there is some Spanish classical stuff.
Right.
Too.
Okay. Oh, very well. I'm learning. I used to work at Guitar Center. I think I should know this shit.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm sure you did too.
I never did.
You never did. I think you're the one musician I've ever met that's never worked at Guitar Center.
I never really had a real job, except I used to work at a library for many years at the big central library here in downtown LA. But other than that, I don't think I ever had a real job.
Wow.
Other than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first. A musician who's never worked at a store.
Never.
Not for the discount, not for anything. I mean, that's why I worked there.
For the discount.
Discount. Oh, yeah, absolutely. How did you guys come on get in the radar of the Monsters of Rock people?
It mostly Ben and Larry had a relationship from before.
Okay.
So when we started doing the Heavy Mellow thing, he told Larry about it, and Larry said, "Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect. This is exactly what we need for this new cruise that I'm doing." And so, and it was really, literally, just a few months after we had started doing this together. I think it was maybe the middle of the year or later in the year, 2011. And 2012, in March, was the first Monsters of Rock cruise. So we were on that one immediately.
Yeah, I remember seeing you.
Yeah, did you catch any of
Oh,
those
absolutely,
shows?
dude.
Oh, cool.
That was badass. And it really hit me this year. It's like, walking by, like, fuck, that's fucking Sabbath. Yeah, that's Kiss. Tears are falling. No fucking way. That's badass.
Yeah. We like to do, all the good songs
Right.
that we remember, and if they fit perfectly, and sometimes they don't fit perfectly. We still attempt them, and some are great. Like
which ones don't work?
Which ones have not worked? Let me see. We played it a lot on the first cruise. I think it was Motley Crue's Too Young to Fall. No, what the hell was it?
Yeah, Too Young to Fall in Love.
Too Young to Fall in Love. That's what it is, right? I don't know. It works. It works chord wise. It works, and fan wise, it works.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just the song itself is either too monotonous or the melody is too simple, or I don't know. It just doesn't.
Well, you just got to do the Vince Neil and hold the microphone out to the crowd.
There you go. We're too busy using our hands.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Have your drummer do it.
That's cool. Yeah,
That could
sometimes
work.
we get people singing the lyrics, because what we do is mostly all instrumental.
Right.
Last year we had Terry Luce from Great White come and sing "Heaven and Hell" with us, and we got it on video, so that was kind of cool.
That's badass. It's funny because when we were on the Moody Blues cruise, I was talking to a couple of blue hairs. They were older. They weren't blue hairs. But it was like, did you guys check out Heavy Mellow? I was like, yeah, they're amazing. They're great. I'm like, they're doing heavy metal songs, right? They're like, what? No, I'm seriously. They're doing Ozzy. They're doing Kiss. They're doing Sabbath. They're doing Maiden. It's like, really? I never would have known. But then again, that's not their type of music, but they loved it. That's the beauty about what you guys do is like, even if you're not familiar with the music, it's still good.
Yeah, I think that's definitely goes in our favor because there's no singing, so it's all guitars. And that's why we fit in all three of these
Right.
cruises. And not only that, we can get work here in LA at the fanciest hotel or restaurant, as just background music, and people will love it because it sounds classical or flamenco. But yeah, they'll never know that we're playing.
And you're laughing your ass off for that reason too. It's like,
right, we're doing "Spill the Blood," and and no one's the wiser.
oh, that's the fucking beauty of it.
Although every once in a while we'll be doing like some big shindig, and usually it's the bartenders. They'll come up to us after the show or during a break and, hey man, was that Rainbow in the Dark that you were playing? Yeah, that was. You caught it. All right.
Yeah, that's fucking badass. You guys play a lot out here in LA? I mean, I guess I know you do a gig on Saturdays.
I do a gig, Fridays and Saturdays out in Westlake Village. That's my regular gig right now. It's a place called the Stone House. Really awesome place. And during the summer, I'll be doing Thursdays here in Glendale.
Nice.
It's called Recess.
Nice. That's close. I like that.
And then, I'm booked with a bunch of agents and doing private events all the time. Ben, also kind of the same thing. He's got his regular places that he plays at, and he also works with agencies. Every once in a while we'll get together, and either he'll invite me to his gig, or I'll invite him to my gig, or we'll do an actual Heavy Mellow gig. Every once in a while. We've done a place called Skinny's in North Hollywood. We've done the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood as well. The House of Blues in Hollywood as well. So yeah, we did the NAMM show a couple years ago. Actually, we always do the NAMM show at the Cordoba Guitars booth.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so rarely do we get together as Heavy Mellow because we're making money. Heavy Mellow. Yeah. One thing that I've learned in hard rock and just rock music, rock bands in general, it's very hard to make money in LA because everybody and their dog has a rock band, and you know, so it's easy to go, okay, you guys want to play, you got to pay us money to play. That's kind of the sad reality of Hollywood and playing here. But when we're playing, our upscale, and I'm doing air quotes here, upscale, Latin guitar, Spanish guitar, classical guitar. They'll pay you a lot of money to play background to the Oscar party or to the so and so's. We did what metal thing we did. It wasn't recently. It was maybe now 7-8 years ago, but it was fucking cool. Dave Navarro and Carmen Electra's wedding.
Oh wow.
that was like, wow, this is a cool gig.
Right, absolutely.
We didn't know what it was until we got there. It was just another agency gig.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a wedding for you guys at the Hotel Bel Air, and you'll be there at this time, and blah blah blah, whatever. And we get there and like, is that Dave Navarro? Fucking hey, that's Dave Navarro. Rock and roll.
That's the second time in 3 shows that Dave Navarro's come up.
Is that right?
Because Bobby
Bobby talked
Bobby
about
has
it.
a history with Dave Navarro.
That's right.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's badass. Has the cruises opened up any doors for you guys?
In terms of more gigs, I think so. We're starting to get a little bit more traction. This now being the 3rd year,
right? We're
starting to get a little bit more recognition and more fans, and because like I said, it was a brand new thing, new idea, really, right before the first cruise. But now, this last New Year's Eve, we got another cruise that we did. It was a New Year's Eve cruise. It was fucking awesome too. We also went down to the Caribbean, much different area.
So you didn't go to Nassau again?
We did not do Nassau for the nth
not that I'm
time.
Complaining.
No, we love Nassau.
You didn't do Nassau again.
We love Nassau. No, we went to like St. Bart's and St. Lucia and Anguilla and Barbados, and I can't remember where. Yeah, I went to like 5, 6, Terre de Haute.
All on one cruise?
All on the same cruise. It was
Holy
a
shit.
7-day cruise with people like Wolfgang Puck on it, and who else was on it? Babyface was on it. And these are just guests.
Right.
They're not performing.
They're just there.
They're just there chilling. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember any more people, but a lot of very, very, very rich people on this boat.
So you had the tip jar out?
No.
Oh, that's right. Rich people are cheap fuckers. It wouldn't matter.
Somebody paid us a lot of money. I don't know if it wasn't them. It was enough to where we thought, we don't need the tip jar this time around.
Right. Oh, that's cool, man.
So it's that, and I think we have. I don't want to jinx anything, but there was talk about something in Ireland in November.
Oh.
Egypt should be.
Egypt.
Don't want to jinx anything.
Right, absolutely.
Nothing's confirmed or anything, but these places, these locations have come up in the for the
Egypt.
Year. Yeah.
That just sounds like out of the fuck.
I know.
We're talking Ireland. Probably be back on the Monsters. Oh yeah, we're going to Egypt.
It sounds very, very, very surreal. But yeah, and it looked very surreal when I first saw it on my email. It said Egypt, July something or other, and I'm like, this July? Wait, that's like in a couple of months.
Yeah,
and it's still not confirmed. So I don't know. Ben's involved in the booking, and he's still in Europe right now. So I haven't heard back from him.
Yeah, man. We haven't seen each other since the airport.
Oh my God.
The
airport.
It was me and you and oh my God, it's Jeff LaBar.
Jeff LaBar. Hey, Louis, what was it? A bar? A Luis? A LaBar.
A LaBar. Oh look, I'm at a bar. Oh look, a Louis. Oh look, a LaBar.
A LaBar.
Yeah, my Vine video.
Yeah,
that shit was
funny.
awesome. That was a fun little morning.
Jeff's
a fucking riot.
He's
Holy
a riot.
Shit.
And I don't think I was too far off when I said he needs his own reality show.
I agree.
LaBar at the bar. I mean,
I agree.
Right?
I agree because once he got a couple in him, holy shit! The game.
Mm-hmm.
The game. Yeah, that's right. The game. Should we explain what the game is, or is that better kept unsaid?
I think I guess I could explain it, and this is not my idea. So just anybody that's listening, it's not my idea. A friend of mine came up with it. I'm going to name him by name too. He's I'm not going to name him. I'm just going to say he's the percussionist for Josh Groban.
Okay.
Good friend of mine. He came up with this game where he realized, he's like, you know what? I don't think anybody has ever come up to a woman and said, "Hey, I dig your cans." I think that was the term.
Right.
I dig your cans, and gotten away with it, like gotten away without a slap or without a
Without a
negative,
fuck you
without anything negative. So he threw down the challenge. He said, if anybody can go up to somebody who you don't know, first time you've ever seen them, they're not like a stripper or
right.
Somebody, it's just a nice person, somebody from the general public, and go up to them and honestly compliment them by saying, "Hey, I dig your cans," and get away with it. I think he said we would give that person a bottle of something, Jack Daniels, or a box of cigars, or they'd win the prize.
Right.
And nobody's yet done it. I've been too chicken to
That's
try
the thing.
it.
Too
That's
chicken
the
to
thing.
try it.
And if anybody would have done it, it would have been Jeff LaBar. And
I think he was trying
I
at some
think
point.
he was trying.
Yes.
I think he was trying, but
Random
it didn't.
families walking by us.
At the airport.
Hey, I dig your cans.
But I don't think he was saying it loud enough. I
No,
don't know. I
no.
think even Jeff was stymied by that.
Oh my God, that fucking morning. I just remember getting on the bus or in the van, and also the bar sits next to me. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah. Just when we thought it was all over.
It was funny because he's like, I just texted my wife. Remember that asshole in the mankini last year? Yeah, we're like best buds now. And yeah, we fucking, it's like we're in line, waiting to go through the fucking security and all that shit. It's like, well, let's go find a bar. Oh my God, a LaBar. And we found a bar. And then you joined us.
Yeah, because
it was me and Jeff first, and then you joined us after that.
Yeah, we had breakfast there.
Yeah. And Bloodies at 8:00 in the morning.
Yes.
It was a drunken good time. My cankles came back.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, they didn't look bad.
Oh, and
They're looking good.
no, they're good now.
Yeah,
They're good.
yeah,
I think they lasted for about 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my left
shit.
one was bad. I don't know why.
Ouch. That's partly because what?
I think alcohol has something to do with it. I get them every year on the boat.
Ah.
I think it has something to do with all the sodium in the food too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the food.
The buffet food.
There is that.
Because I didn't discover the restaurant until this year.
The nice one.
Yeah, the nice one.
Yeah. We try to go there as often
Oh,
as
look,
we can.
lobster. It's free. Yes.
You're right. Yeah, we try to go there as often as we can. I think we went down there, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times this time around. But, it's kind of inconvenient because it's set times, set hours, and when you're hungry at, midnight, you can't go there. When you're hungry at...
Oh, great. Pizza again.
Yeah. Again and again and again.
And then you get up there and they don't have the good pizza. The white stuff, the white pizza, that shit was the bomb.
Or you go up there and they don't have the pizza yet. It's that 30 minutes between breakfast and lunch where they're clearing off the breakfast and you're hungry, but they're not going to have the lunch until another, 20 or 30 minutes. For some reason, we got there at that time several times, 3 or 4 times. We're like, what? Again?
There's nothing.
We don't have
what in the hell? So that's the beauty about the Monsters Cruise, though, is there's food 24/7.
Right.
Now, by the time we got to the cruise to the edge, there wasn't shit.
And the Moody's cruise, too, because they close everything super early.
Well, right.
Because everybody kind of goes to sleep.
That's right.
Much earlier.
A little bit older crowd. That's bound to happen. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to play a spot. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about some news subjects and talk about a little mass murder that happened here in California.
It's current events. Yes.
Current events. Why not? This is a spot I did for the Mangria out of my own little I wanted free Mangria pretty much, so I made the spot. And I did it back when I was with Rockin' 101. So take a listen. You'll chuckle. And go buy some Mangria.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom.
This is Izzy Presley from Rockin' 101, and I am the self-appointed, unofficial spokesman for Adam Carolla's signature Mangria. Do you know that horrible feeling of not feeling drunk? That is called being sober. I am here to tell you about the latest weapon in our war on sobriety, and that is the Mangria White with peach and pear. Like its booze brother, the Mangria Red, the White is sleek, smooth, and delicious. And it gets you drunk. The Mangria White is a sexy weapon that looks great in the hands of guys and gals alike. Mix the two together for a brosi, or mix the white with 7 and orange for a refreshing manmosa. Go to adamcarolla.com and buymangria.com along with the Mangria Facebook page to find out where you can buy your weapon in the war against sobriety. Choose Adam Carolla's signature Mangria, because a good drunk is a terrible thing to waste.
Oh, that one was not as impressive. Oh,
See what? No, I don't have anything in me yet.
work on it.
I'll
Work
work on it.
Work on it, because if you listen to the Ace Von Johnson
I
episode,
sure as hell did, and it was like every 5 seconds. I'm like, how does he do it? Damn.
it was impressive. It impressed even me, who was like a habitual belcher and farter. You know. Oh, it is another fucking podcast. Hey, if you need a vehicle, if you need a car, and you're in the LA area, One Stop Auto in Highland Park. One Stop Auto LA. The number one, stopautola.com. Check them out. Even my horseshit credit was able to get approved for a BMW. Me. If you saw my credit, you'd be like, that asshole's driving a BMW? How the hell is that possible? He's broke. His credit is not stellar. There we go. That was pretty weak, though. It was pretty weak. But the good folks at One Stop Auto were able to get me into a BMW. It's the number one, stopautola.com. And then tell them, hey, I heard about it on another fucking podcast. Izzy sent us.
I'm going to go. Where is this place? I need a new car.
It's right on the corner of York and Eagle Rock. Right across from the CVS, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I've been there many times. I haven't been there, but
I've
walked by it or drive by it many times.
Yeah, they got BMWs, Mercedes, everything down to like
excellent,
super cheap stuff too.
I'm going to go down there. I'm going to say, Izzy sent me.
Yes. Well, tell them Tommy.
Okay.
Because they know me by Tommy.
Okay.
But
I'm going to say Tommy and Izzy sent
yes.
me. They won't know the difference.
They won't. But, and you're going to get a new car, and you'll be like, shit, this is awesome. I'm driving a BMW.
You don't park it.
It's back there.
Oh, it's
But I'm not afraid to park it on the street here. It's not. This isn't a horrible park.
It's not a horrible. No, it's actually pretty nice. But in general, if it's I have a new car, I want to park it somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
I guess my only thing about parking
on the street.
My only thing about parking on the street is the trees and sap.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely
because on
my
last bumperless piece of shit, when I had to park
bumperless.
Oh yeah, we went up to Vegas, and somewhere on the 15, I heard a noise. I'm like, what? The hell was that? Then I look, I see this big green piece of plastic flopping on the highway. I'm like, no.
I think that was on this car.
There's no way. Luckily, there wasn't any traffic behind me when this happened. Imagine. So a couple exits later, we pulled into this truck stop, and I walked out, and sure enough, my fucking bumper was gone.
Shit. Wow.
And it didn't make me feel that bad once I got to LA, because I saw a lot more cars with the same problem that I had. Probably not with the good story like I did.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
But luckily, my license plate was on the trunk and not on the bumper, so I was safe there. So it was just actually the actual metal bumper was showing instead of the piece of plastic that goes over it. Right. And it's funny because I remember I texted my mom after that happened. No, it's when I went back for Thanksgiving. I'm like, yeah, I don't have a bumper. She's like, well, what happened? Well, I told her the story, and she's like, did you stop and get it? I'm like, no. It's somewhere on the 15 between Los Angeles and Vegas. I don't know. It's in the desert somewhere.
Wow. Something very similar happened to me on the freeway on the way up to San Francisco, I think. I was transporting a mattress on top of my car, going to my sister's house. She lived up in San Francisco at the time. And every once in a while, I'd look in the rear view mirror to make sure that it was there, because we just strapped it on. I think it was a pickup truck. I don't remember. And so, okay, cool, it's there. I can see. One of those moments where I looked up, it wasn't there anymore. I'm like, it's not there.
Gone.
So what the hell does that mean? That means it's on the freeway, on the 5 freeway, somewhere in the middle of the freeway.
Oh, Jesus
Same
Christ.
thing.
Never found it.
No, never found it. My mother was in the car. Speaking of mothers, yeah, my mother was in the car at the time. She said, let's go back and get it. Just run across the freeway. No, that's not going to happen.
How about no?
No.
That is shit. That shit's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Luis, please say your last name so I don't fuck it up again. Villegas?
Hey, beautiful. Round of applause. Yes. Villegas.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And stuff, I guess. Good enough. Cyndi Lauper reference there for you right there. So, he is from Heavy Mellow. We have been talking about Mr. Luis Villegas and how he came to us and talking about Heavy Mellow. But now you're going to get two rock guys talking about current events. So this should be interesting. We had a little problem here in LA the last couple days. We had a psychopath whose name is Elliot Rodger. His father is a director. And so this kid, I think it was the Hunger Games he directed, something like that.
Yeah, I think assistant director for the Hunger Games.
This sounds like he got a bad battery. What the hell is he talking about? I don't know. That's a weird text. Anyways, sounds like I got a bad battery. Oh, it's probably talking about. I posted this thing on Facebook about my trackpad. I was like, why is this going banshee? It was like I would just have the cursor right here, not touching it. It would like highlight shit, and all of a sudden open links. It's like, what the fuck is going on? That was kind of weird, but I guess it was because it was too close to the keyboard.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's what somebody told me.
Weird. Okay.
So anyways, Mr. Elliot Rodger, 22 years old, father directed the Hunger Games or something like that. So this kid was a privileged kid, so to speak, and he went on a rampage in Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Now, I don't know if everybody saw the video of the last. I only watched the last video that he posted before he did it, and he just kind of went on this psychotic rant, and he reminded me of. Did you ever see Grandma's Boy?
No.
It was.
Is that a movie?
It's a movie. Sandler put it out, but it wasn't in it. But it was like everybody that's in all of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this weird dude in the movie. I can't remember his name in the movie, but he kind of reminded me of him. But he was much more weirder than this guy. So he was fucking weird, right? So anyways, this kid's 22 years old and pissed off at the world, pissed off at attractive females because he's a virgin. So he goes on a fucking rampage.
There's the banshee.
There's Chewy. Yep. It always goes off twice. Now you looked into the story a little bit because I asked you to. I mean, what were your first thoughts about this?
First thing I did was I looked at the video, and I saw the headline of what had happened, and then saw the video of this kid in his car, explaining exactly what he was about to do and why he was going to do it. And the first thing that popped into my head was, wow, we're getting to see, because it's very rare that you get to see or hear the thoughts of somebody who is about to go on, a killing spree, and to tell you that they're going to do it, and to tell you that why they're going to do it. So that was the very first thing that I thought was, this is not something that you see every day. And then it kind of almost became comical to me. It almost became kind of like a Saturday Night Live skit. I'm going to kill all these people because I've never been kissed, because I've never had sex. And everybody who has sex is living a great life, and I hate you all too. And humanity is this and is that. It seemed to me like, okay, this person's obviously mentally disturbed because, I don't think that's a good reason to go out and kill people, right? Like you said, he lived a privileged life. He was in a BMW, much like yourself.
Well, I think his is a little bit more expensive and newer than mine too.
I don't know. I don't know the details.
Right.
He could have gotten it at A1. I'm sorry, what the
One Stop Auto, right down the street here in Highland Park.
That's right,
California,
York and Eagle Rock. For all we know.
Right.
But he was the son of a director, a Hollywood director. He lived in Santa Barbara, which is not a cheap area to live in. And from everything that we can see, it seemed like, he lived a pretty privileged life, and it's kind of just an odd story,
right?
A very, very odd story. And I just think the reason was, obviously he's ill. He was ill because he's no longer with us. Good thing. But yeah, that's what.
Well, I guess my thing about this whole story too is like everybody's like automatically goes to the guns, not about the mental illness of the kid. They go, oh, it's the guns. It's the guns. This is why the guns. But and this is apparently the parents had seen the videos leading up. I think there was 7 other videos leading up to this, and they had called the cops. And the cops had talked to him and said, oh, that's just a nice kid, and we're not, we have no reason to be any, fearful about anything of this at all. But see, this is my question though. It's like, okay, you see 7 videos of your son talking like this, and in a obviously very depressed state of mind. Would you not try to get him help?
Yeah. I think that's the very first thing that a parent would do. And I think that's probably one of the reasons this happened. It didn't seem like, again, we don't know anything, but it didn't seem like the parents were very hands-on.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I think I read somewhere that the parents were divorced, but it doesn't seem like they spent too much time with him. If he needed love and if he needed to talk to somebody, that's what parents are for,
Absolutely.
Parents are there to love you, to be with you, to support you, to back you up, to listen to your problems, to give you love. And it doesn't seem like this kid had that.
No, wouldn't your first inclination as a parent or somebody that cared about this kid to not call the cops, to get him in therapy?
Right. Hey, cops, gotta check out my son here. Something. Yeah, that sounds like there was something amiss there with their relationship. Something was not right with their relationship if the first thing they do is call the cops as opposed to like talk to him and, hey, let's get you some help.
Yeah, because obviously the kid needed help. And then it came out that he killed 3 people in his apartment before he went on and did this. Which and we don't know,
which were not with guns. By the way,
we're not with guns. He stabbed them, and then he had his arsenal in his car. It was like 3 pistols and 400 rounds. So he was
ready to rock.
He was really ready to rock. And then he ended up dying at the end of it from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, which is probably for the better in the long run. But we still have the death penalty here in California, so.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone very far.
No, but then again, it would have been the whole mental illness thing, and he probably wouldn't have gone to the chair.
I don't know. It's hard to.
Well, I tell you what, the reason that this story kind of popped out at me, not because of the deaths, obviously. Well, I mean that's part of it, but the fact that he was a virgin, and that's what he was really clinging to. The fact that he was a virgin and he was pissed at all these hot girls and he wanted to kill them and the guys that they were fucking. And
Right. He was pissed off at the hot girls, and he was pissed off at all the sexually active people.
Right,
That's
right.
That's what
exactly.
he said.
And the reason that this kind of popped out at me like that is because, you know, I kind of went through the same thing. I didn't go out and fucking kill people because of it. I like a lot of people, I think I was 19 when I lost my virginity, and I think the next time I was 21 on my 21st birthday, and I got the clap for that.
Oh, yeah,
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Got a little pus and a and a shot of penicillin for my birthday. It was glorious. But there was a long stretch of time where, I mean, it was a dead stretch. I think it went for a few years. And I mean, and I was actually, my first girlfriend wasn't until when I was in my 30s.
Mm.
But, you know, I bartended for a while, and I was doing all right for myself. Just not, you know, anything stable, I guess you could say. It was just like, oh, fuck you, and I'll fuck you if I can, and then, can I? Really? Yes! And there's a stripper here, and then blah, 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 and the list goes on and on. But, I mean, there was a time where I was kind of like that. I was kind of like in that mindset where I was pissed at people that were happy. I would walk through the mall, and in my mind, I'm saying, fuck off and die, you happy fuckers.
Wow.
Not that I would
Not that you would have done anything.
No,
right.
or actually physically wish death upon them. It was just jealousy. Pure jealousy. It's like, why can't I have that?
Right.
You know? So I kind of understand. I kind of understand his mindset, but I wasn't as kind of freaky as this guy is.
Well, you
know?
weren't. You are not mentally ill, contrary to popular belief.
Contrary to popular belief.
Contrary to popular belief, your stable mind. Yeah, maybe you're going through something that, you know, that is bothering you, and you deal with it like a normal person would, not, you know, not like this.
Yeah, with internet porn.
Like the rest of us,
and
right?
bawling my eyes out. You know, oh, I'm alone. Oh God! Oh, look at that pussy! Oh God! Oh God! I have somebody. Oh, those are nice. Oh.
Yeah, that's. I think that's obviously the biggest difference here between
right.
between
I mean, then there was bouts of depression, and I never saw anybody about it, but I just kind of drank it away, I guess.
Well, that's always a good
I don't know. I mean,
thing.
don't get me wrong. It's not like I was an arch fucking bushman at any point. Kind of wish I was, but you know. Anyways, yeah. So that's and there's still stories developing out of this too.
Yeah, because you know, as soon as, I mean, this was happened in Santa Barbara, but it happened you know, at UC Santa Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara.
And it was specifically I think he was specifically targeting UCSB, a sorority.
Yeah.
He said the hottest chicks are going to die. And I thought that was funny too. In my head, I was thinking, the sorority girls must all be going, oh, is it us? You think it's us?
Right.
Oh, those bitches, it was them. It was not us.
I'm hotter than her. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's horse shit. Why did he shoot at me?
Right.
That's bullshit.
Why did he shoot at me? Hey, I don't like you
I
either.
paid for these, damn it. Look at them.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff that was going through my head when I was watching that video.
And I think with shit like this, you have to have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
Let me open another one for you.
Well, okay, if you insist.
Oh, Dos Equis number 4 for you. I'm falling behind. There you go.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I drink copious amounts of it.
Copious amounts. Mm-hmm. That just makes me want to go back on the cruise again.
Yes.
Hey, I know who you are. Have a shot. Okay. Oh, look,
Right?
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that's what was happening. That's what was happening.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's and I guess, you know, then of course watching Facebook, which is always awesome to do when something like this happens. And it's, you know, the anti-gun people. It's the guns. It's a gun. Right. See, it's like, no, he was mentally ill and he had no help. Because normal, rational people,
Right.
they're not going to go out and blow somebody away just for the fact of going to blow somebody
No.
away. It's going to be self-defense, or it's going to be something like that. And if you look at all these mass shootings and everything that happens like that, it's always people who are mentally unstable that should have gotten help but never did.
I can't agree with you more. I think you look at all the other examples, and his profile fits with all the other profiles. Mentally ill being the big part of that.
Right, exactly. And it's like, you know what? Okay, so take guns away. They're still going to find a way to go out and kill people.
Like the stabbing at his apartment.
Like the stabbing
Right?
in his apartment, or pipe bombs, or a truck filled with manure, and
Right.
you know. So that's
Molotov cocktail.
Molotov
always work.
cocktails,
Hitmen.
lawn jarts.
Yes. Yes, there's many ways to get the job done.
Absolutely. So I guess that's our little take on there. You had two drunk rockers talking about a very important social
Now,
issue.
there was a story about a high elf.
A high elf, yes. Let's
What
get
was
into that.
that?
Joseph Sparks, one of my buddies from Green Bay, sent me this story and wanted us to talk about it. High elf, high on acid, attacks women's BMW with a sword. This happened in Portland, Oregon. Police responded to a 911 call around 7 a.m. Tuesday morning from a woman who believed her car was under attack by a pirate. By a pirate! But instead, the routine pirate attack, Portland, they discovered an armored man who claimed he was a high elf. He was at least half right. Although the man dressed in chainmail and helmet, I don't know what the hell that means. Chainmail.
Chainmail. That's that's like a vest, like a
Oh,
vest
yes.
without chains.
Okay. And equipped with a sword, staff, and shield. Wasn't actually an elf.
Wow.
He was definitely high. Conrad Bass of Glendale, Oregon, not Glendale, California,
Not Glendale,
thankfully, because that's close,
That's too close.
told officers he had taken LSD and also identified himself as a high elf enraged in battle with an evil Morgoth.
Gotta love LSD.
Oh, my goodness. He was cited for criminal mischief and taken to the hospital. Morgoth, the original Dork Lord and Master of Sauron in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. That is why I didn't get the reference. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen it either.
Has at his
Read it.
command various Balrogs, River of Fire, and apparently BMWs.
BMWs again.
Oh.
Wasn't Elliot Rodger in a BMW?
I think so. Yes, he was.
Mhm.
Yes, he was.
Ding,
The,
ding,
offi-
ding, ding.
the official car of the Dark Enemy and
Yeah,
sponsor of the
apparently.
last battle. This comes off of, what website is this? Gawker.com.
Okay, I know
Gawker.com.
Gawker.
You know Gawker?
Yeah, I know Gawker.
You hit up Gawker.
Well, I've heard it before.
he
Read stuff.
Oh, this is the interview with him. He explained, I wasn't in my right mind. I was still rocking my new pair of elf ears. Is this real? Honestly, is this site real? Are these real stories? Because this is awesome.
Could be.
He mistook the car for a shape-shifting demon? If he was high on LSD, I can see that.
You could see that.
Absolutely. I hopped on the hood and tried to pierce her tires with my master's sword. I was trying to prove a point. Don't mess with the dark elf, he said. But he's also involved in live-action role-playing and writes fantasy novels under the name Conrad McCain.
Mm-hmm.
Last time he dropped acid, he turned into a dragon.
Was he not on the Yes Cruise to the Edge? I think
No,
I remember some.
I didn't see any elf ears.
That's true.
I only saw capes.
Capes, lots of capes, and synths.
Oh, man. Why can't I ever?
You can't make this stuff up.
Why can't I ever see this shit live?
Go to Hollywood. Spend a lot of time there. You'll see. You'll see some
Every
shit.
time I go to Hollywood Boulevard, I want to see a brawl between all the characters. Oh, the Superman
right in front of
and,
the Chinese
Yep,
theater.
and the 6-foot Yoda.
Yeah.
And
Wonder Woman and Spider-Man
Wonder
and
Woman,
Charlie
Spider-Man.
Chaplin.
Yep, Charlie Chaplin, the 5-foot Darth Vader, Mexican Elvis. I heard there's a Mexican Elvis that actually plays in Hollywood.
Yep, his name is Elves.
Elves, yes. I heard he's very good.
Yeah, I met him. We did a show together, actually,
Oh, really?
like 15 years ago or something. I have some pictures with him. Very, very cool guy. Yeah, Mexican Elvis, exactly what you
Does
you
he
would
do it
think.
Mexican style?
He does it Mexican style.
Really?
Absolutely.
I have to check this shit out.
There's Mexican Elvis. There's the I'm sure you're familiar with the Elvis Kiss band. Elvis.
Yeah, because they got the letter. Yeah, the S is the same way.
Right.
I've never seen them, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, we saw them. My old metal band, Slumlord. We did a reunion tour, like a 20-year reunion tour last. Was it 4 years ago? Maybe 5 years ago. And we did a show here in Redondo Beach with the Iron Maidens.
Nice.
And this Elvis Kiss band. It was awesome. Guy's up there. He's an Elvis impersonator, but he's got the Gene Simmons
Right.
mask on, paint on, and there's a stand-up bass. It's like rockabilly Elvis Kiss. It's awesome.
Oh, that's badass.
We gotta find out what the name of the band is, because I'm just talking to them as the Kiss Elvis band, but they have a name.
I always wanted to do. I had this idea, but I guess it's been done. I wanted to do heavy metal songs in the style of Elvis. So like Ace of Spades with Elvis sing it,
Yeah.
If you like to gamble, I'll tell you I'm your man. Yeah, shit like that. It'd be badass.
I'm your man. Call me. Well, we'll do it.
It would be badass. There was this Elvis impersonator out of Ireland. His name was James the King Brown, and he put out this record called Gravelands, and it was him doing Elvis in the style of these people who were dead. So like him doing Sweet Home Alabama as Elvis, which was badass. Not as badass as Whole Lotta Rosie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bon Scott.
Bon Scott, yeah. And I used to do that.
Awesome.
I used to do that version with a band back home too.
Wow.
Jumpsuit and all. It was great.
Nice.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. One thing I like to do on this show, and I should have given you a heads up to think of a good one, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
This is the segment I like to call Cock Block or Clam Jam.
Okay.
And the first time I did this, I found a great cock block story on the internet. Bobby didn't have one, unfortunately. I figured she'd have a good one.
You would think.
You would think, but she did not. And she basically said, "Hey, listen, if I see something I want, I'm going to get it."
Right. I remember
and
that.
I was tempted to volunteer myself. I did not, out of respect for my guest and her boyfriend that was sitting right there.
Yeah, I think that was the right call.
It would have been funny, but it would have been funny. Do you have a good cock block or clam jam story? Clam jam would be the female version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where either you cock blocked somebody or somebody cock blocked you in a very funny way.
Oh my goodness. You did put me on the spot, and I've been married now for almost 20 years, so
right.
It's kind of hard to remember that far back, because it obviously has not happened while in these last 20 years. So, man, I am so hard pressed to think of anything. Nothing. I'm drawing a blank.
Did you unintentionally cock block anybody on the cruises?
No, I think.
Would you remember if you unintentionally
did.
tried to cock block anybody on the cruises?
I don't have that kind of personality. I mean, I wouldn't. No, I doubt I did.
Okay.
I could say that.
Okay.
Why? Do you have a story?
No, I don't.
that
I
cock-blocked
don't.
anybody?
I wish I did. I wish I did. Where I wanted to walk up to somebody and go, Yeah, she's way too hot for you.
Yeah.
But
block.
no, I didn't, unfortunately. So I guess we don't get a cock block or clam jam story. I guess I could look one up.
Let's look one up.
Yeah, let's look one up.
Did Ace have one? Did you give him that? I don't think you did.
I forgot to ask him.
Yeah, you didn't give him that.
We were too busy talking about puppy dogs. Cock block.
Cock block. Wow.
Clam jam
Stories.
Best word clock block or clam jam story. Here we go. Let's see. I think this is the same site I got the last one off of.
And we're still recording.
That one's way too long. Yeah, we are. Of course. I'm going to stop it.
Last week, someone knocked on your door, and that was that.
Yeah, and he didn't give me the money yet.
He's
fucker.
Still not. Wow.
All right, let's see how this one goes. I'm just picking one randomly here. Not mine. What happened to a good friend? This was posted by Do You Have Any Gum on reddit.com. Not mine, but happened to a good friend. By far the worst cockblock story I've ever heard. During his undergrad, he did an exchange semester in Australia. Lucky fucker. Lived in a house-style residence with 15 to 20 other students. In this house, there was a cute girl who he had been flirty with all semester. She's the sweet type, aren't they all? They claim to be the sweet type. And then they turn back shit crazy like all women are because they have vaginas. She's the sweet type who is always nice to everybody. So he can't really be sure if there's a spark between them. There's this other guy in the house who clearly has a thing for her. The type of guy who has no game. I know all about that. And has clearly gotten himself regulated to the friend zone for life. I know all about that. I am the king of the friend zone. But will not throw in the towel no matter what. And I know all about that also. The only game he has left is just to be around her at all the time and act like some sort of deranged older brother / protector type. Okay, I've never gone that far.
That's pretty far.
Yes, every time my friend gets into a conversation with her or even gets in the same room as her, the guy is by her side. She is just too nice to tell him to leave her ever. Anyways, at a party on the last night of the residence, after some heavy drinking, with that, I'll take a drink. My friend finally winds up with the girl alone. Alone? Together? He decides to go for broke and tells her how he thinks she's cute. Okay. Never say, I think you're cute. I don't have much game, but I know enough to not say, I think you're cute. Sure enough, she confesses to liking him for months. Oh, and they wind up leaving the party together. Alone, together. He makes sure to get out of there as stealthily. Is that a word? Stealthily?
Stealthily, yeah.
Okay, as possible. Villegas!
Villegas.
Knowing the guy will do anything to get in the middle if he catches wind. They make it back to my friend's room. They end up in bed, fooling around. Clothes are coming off, giggity. And things are heading round to home base steadily. They hear a bang at the door, and at one point, my friend hears the guy shouting the girl's name, and he brushes it off. He's home free now. They proceed. All of a sudden, they hear a bang on the window. They're on the second floor. Horrified, my friend watches as a figure opens from the outside and collapses inwards creepily as ever, climbed up to a full story somehow. You got to pardon my mumbling. I'm drunk. Without Jack Daniels, which is weird. The girl screams. The girl screams. Whatever his Chops' name is. What are you doing? He just plays it off like he's so drunk he doesn't even know what he's doing. Furthermore, he plays it off like he doesn't know what they're doing. He overstays his welcome for an extra minute or so, refusing to leave, and finally my friend pushes him out. When it's all done, the girl's mood is so soiled, no pun intended, from the scare of the window penetration, no pun intended, and she's so drunk she winds up passing out. TL, DR, whatever that fucking means. Friend misses out on fooling around with the girl, and the girl he likes and probably never see again when a drunk creeper climbs 2 stories to his bedroom window to cock block.
Wow, the pains people go through to cock block.
I've been in that situation on the cock blocking side. And I don't think I actually did the cock blocking, though, because I'm sure she fucked him anyways.
You climbed 2 stories?
No, I
to
didn't
cock
climb 2
block
stories.
somebody?
No.
See, you said you didn't have any stories. It sounds like...
Well, no. It was just random jealousness. Yelling at my friend who was probably going to nail a girl that I wanted in my mom's bed. In my mom's bed.
In your mom's
In my
bed.
mom's
Whoa.
bed, yes. I know they slept on that. I don't know if they fucked or not, but and I was bombed. And I was screaming stuff from the couch outside of the room when my bedroom was downstairs. Well, I could have just went and passed out, but no, I had to.
No, had to do something about it.
Apparently, I said fuck a lot.
Apparently. Jack Daniels was in the room.
No, it was just beer.
Oh.
And maybe sex on the beach. I was hardcore back then.
Well, that's pretty hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Sex on the beach.
Thoughts on that story?
On that story.
On that story.
Just the pains that somebody would go through to do that. Climb 2 stories.
2 stories.
And
Did he? No, I don't know. Did he climb up a tree? Did he scale? Was he fucking Spider-Man and
Right.
scaled the building?
right. I think it doesn't say.
Was he Aquaman and like summoned a fucking killer whale to jump him through that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that right up there.
Interesting. So, if you have any cockblocker clam jam stories, please feel free to send them to me. Please feel free to send them to me.
So we don't have to go to Reddit.
Exactly. I will read them on the air. I will change the names to protect the innocent, unless you say, no, really say the names.
Please say the names.
Please say the names. And I'll be happy to do that. Izzy at izzypresleyproductions.com is the email address. Mr. Jose Luis Rivera.
No. Close. But
No, I'm just
cigar.
kidding. I'm just kidding. He was the wrestling jobber.
WWF.
Luis Villegas.
There you go.
I got it.
Villegas.
From East LA.
Yes.
Thank you
See.
so much for coming by, man.
Dude, thank you. It was too long. I should have been here,
I know.
a few weeks ago.
You are welcome. This microphone is welcome to you at any time.
I will be here again next week and the week after that and the week after that. And
Just hoping Bobby comes.
hopefully she'll be here again, right?
I would like to have her back again.
I think she will be back.
I think she will too. It would be good to have her back. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I hope to do this again and hope people come down to one of those cruises. Any one of those
absolutely.
cruises we'll be playing. And if you're in the LA area, follow Heavy Mellow on Facebook, or follow Benjamin Woods, or follow Luis Villegas.
Luis
on Facebook.
Villegas.
And that's so we know how to spell that. That's
Yes.
VILL. 2 L's equals a Y in Mexican.
I did not know that.
And in other Spanish languages as well. VILLEGAS, and first name Luis, LUIS.
LUIS. Villegas. Find him on the book and then go watch him play. Fly out here from wherever you are and go watch him play. Just for something to do.
You should.
I need a weekend vacation. I'm going to go watch Luis Villegas play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
I've got a gig in Rosarito Beach in a couple weeks.
Rosarito Beach.
Rosarito Beach.
Where
We're
is that
doing,
from here?
That's down in Mexico.
Oh.
That's down further than Tijuana. Ensenada. I don't know if it's Ensenada's first and then Rosarito, or Rosarito first. I think Rosarito's further.
Would it be
further
safe
south.
to drive there?
No. Not in a BMW. I wouldn't do it in a BMW.
No! All right, I guess I will not be going to that gig.
But you can take a party bus, I'm sure. You could take a party bus down
yeah.
to Rosarito Beach. That would be worth it.
Yeah?
Then, of course, I'm in Egypt. So
In Egypt. I'm going to Egypt. Why? I'm playing. For
I'm
what?
playing.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm doing
They
a gig
paying
in-
me?
Not yet.
Yeah.
They're
All
paying
right.
me.
I guess I'm going to Egypt.
Absolutely. Egypt, Ireland, Rosarito Beach, and of course Westlake Village next Saturday.
Next Saturday, Westlake
the
Village.
Stone
I'll
House.
I'll see what the funds look like. Maybe I'll swing up. Be fun to come see you play.
Should. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I had a couple friends come by last year who were on the cruise, who've
Nice.
been on all 3 cruises. Friends Renee and Jeff, they were down there last Saturday.
Badass. It's amazing that the kind of family that Monsters Cruise is. It's
Absolutely.
like there's people that I met on the first cruise that haven't been on any other cruises that I still keep in touch with. It's so badass. So check those out.
Very
monstersofrockcruise.com. And I think pre-sale is going to start pretty soon for the next one.
Awesome. Got a lot of friends that are waiting.
Yes. Are you guys going to be back?
Officially, we haven't gotten a phone call yet. We've done all 3 of them so far. I
Yes.
don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
I hope you are, because I think we're going to be back doing the karaoke. So
Awesome.
yeah. And I think next year, if we're back, I
Sponsored
was
by
told
Jägermeister.
I was told we're family.
I got the same.
You're
talk.
part of the family now.
Right.
And because I did the Kiss Jam last year, or this year I should say. I think
Right.
next year I'm going to do the Anthem Jam,
Ooh.
the biggest of the big.
Awesome.
All the songs you'd hear in a strip joint, pretty much. All the songs you don't want to hear on the radio.
Uh-huh.
Shook me all night long.
Yes. And Europe's on the next one, so
Yes, they are.
obviously, That's good.
No,
That's
it should be
actually,
fun.
That's
It
a
would
new-
be a
that's
lot of
new
fun.
Heavy Mellow tune. We started doing that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait to fucking hear it. Well, Luis, dude, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Like
Izzy.
I said, you are welcome anytime. Don't forget rockstarleatherworks.com. You see this badass watch right here?
That's pretty
Check
badass.
that out. Check that out. It's based off the Elvis 68 comeback special watch.
That's
The
pretty
one
badass.
that he wore in the black leather outfit. That is personally called the Rockstar 68, rockstarleatherworks.com. Badass leather watches and bands and other cool stuff. Check them out,
It looks good on me.
rockstarleatherworks.com. Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
does.
keep it. Is this my parting gift?
No.
No?
No.
Do I get a parting gift?
I can give
Like
you
the home edition of the...
I can give you a piece of
another
crazy
effing-
bread.
All right, I'm game.
Yes. It's warm. I mean, it's cold, but it'll work.
I can heat it up in the microwave.
Yes, you can. RockstarLeatherworks.com, OneStopAutoLA.com. Get yourself a car. Tell him I sent you. It's right. It's right in Highland Park. He's going to go get one. He's going to stop down there.
I'm going to walk down there right now.
Right now. It probably won't be open, but you'll look through the fence and go, oh, my God, look at that. I want that. They'll take care of you. No problem. Tell them I sent you. And don't forget, if you want to get involved with something important, SoCal Bulldogs. Let me find the website so I have it correct here. SoCal Bulldog Rescue. What the hell did I just do? It's not what I wanted to do. I think it's SoCalBulldogRescue.org, but SoCal Bulldog Rescue. Dow! Might help if I can fucking type. SoCal Bulldog Rescue. Yeah, that is. SoCalBulldogRescue.org. They take dogs that their time is up in shelters, and they take them in, they give them to foster homes, and then until somebody kind of takes them. And help them out, SoCalBulldogRescue.org. You can help the show out. That's always glorious, too. You can send me money because I'm doing this for you for free. And this is a lot of entertainment for free in my own mind.
It is. I'm entertained at
See,
least.
very well. One person is. And it's via PayPal. Izzy.presley@gmail.com is the PayPal. Izzy.presley@gmail.com. Check out the Twitter. Izzy_Presley. And, of course, the Facebook. Facebook.com/another effing podcast. And, of course, the website, which is IzzyPresleyProductions.com. If you need PR help, you need anything like that, give old Izzy a buzz. Give me an email. We'll get you taken care of. I will see you next week. I do not know if Monty Pittman is going to be in next week or not. We're trying to work out a scheduling thing. But we'll get him in soon enough. I will see you next week. This has been another effing podcast. and I do love you all.